गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. When do we abide in a meditation? When does Lord manifest in our heart and mind? When do we have that experience, experience of homogeneous bliss? That is our essential nature. When is it that we lose our identity, dissolve our identity completely, and are one with that one infinite reality, that one infinite Lord? When does this happen? For this to happen to us, our mind has to be absolutely pure. Purity does not mean being in sattvic mode, having sattvic thoughts. No, purity means transcending tamasic, rajasic and sattvic thoughts. Because thought itself is an impurity. Thinking about the divine is still keeping us separate from the divine. But even before the divine name comes on our lips and in our heart and in our mind, two things must happen, or three things must happen. The only equipment we have with which we can pursue this destination and dissolve our personality is the mind. The idea of personality, individuality, sense of difference and separateness is in the mind alone. This mind can be your friend and can be your enemy. You must have experienced this time and again in your life. It is an enemy when it is divorced from its source. When it is thinking about everything else other than its source, then it is an enemy. And it is a friend when the same mind is thinking about its source, the infinity, the Lord, the divinity. When it is thinking about everything else other than the source, automatically likes, dislikes, etc. are created. And when it is thinking and the mind goes into tamasic and rajasic mode, when it starts thinking about the source, the thoughts in the mind become sattvic. But we must go beyond that also. And to go beyond that sattvic mind, it's explained in different ways. Some places it said that when the thoughts are of the divine, the mind is sattvic. Jnaneshwar Maharaj says that when the mind is free of all thoughts and is in that silence, that is the sattvic mind. And transcending that would be being the presence in that silence. So if we have the equipment called mind and intellect, how can we use this, utilize this, employ this instrument so that it takes us to the destination of dissolution of our personality, of our individuality? Intellect is that where faith is, and mind is that where bhav is. When these two combine together, faith and bhav, feeling, the urge, the thirst, all put together is bhav. When these two combine together, it brings about the dissolution. Sir, we are trying, but our mind doesn't become silent as much as I may try. Then the possible reason could be that in your life there are many commissions and omissions which need to be resolved. Lot of likes and dislikes that you have created, lot of guilts and anxieties that you have harboring within your heart and mind. So how do we come out of this? By being aware. Let us move through the world like a person goes to a marriage, enjoys and comes out. But the parents who have organized the marriage of their child, they cannot enjoy. Why? Because they feel it is their responsibility. Because they feel they have to keep the whole thing functioning properly. So if you can get in touch with the disposition of the parents who are organizing the wedding of their child and the disposition of a guest who comes to that marriage, which is the better one? The one who organizes or the one who comes as a guest? Everything is ready, you come, enjoy, bless, give present, eat food, meet some people and get out. No question of bills, no question of responsibility, no question of children, no question of bidai. Same way we must move through life. This whole world is the wedding reception. You are here, come, enjoy, don't create likes, dislikes. Bless everyone, share your joy with everyone. Don't take anything seriously and get out. Then who has organized this wedding reception? The Lord. This is the playground that He has created. It is His responsibility, not yours. You come, have a good time and go back. But I am bringing your attention to the attitude of the guest. With that attitude, with that unattached attitude, you move in this world without creating fiction, without creating attachments. Without any hatred for anything or anyone. All these likes, dislikes, hatred, judgments, etc., they precipitate memories depending upon the intensity with which we have interacted and felt those emotions. And these memories are the one which do not allow us to go into silence. They need to be resolved. And the best way to resolve them is apply the mind towards the divine. These will pop up, but eventually they will subside. Don't give them attention and value. So only that mind which is free of guilt, which is free of fear of future, which is free of all likes and dislikes, which is free of all hatred, only such a mind has a possibility of silence happening to it. Only such a mind. So on the seat of meditation, if the mind is silent, don't observe the silence. Be the presence in the silence. Silence is in the mind. you are the presence in that silence. If, the, if there is no silence in the mind, there are thoughts popping up. Remain a witness to those thoughts. Do not give them value and attention. If witnessing is not possible, you are in the mind, then with faith and with faith and bhav, feeling, think about the divine, which is not other than you, your essence, and give the mind a proper direction. If that is also not possible, and the mind is active, and then for such a person, the medicine is, while moving about in the world, offer the doership at the feet of the Lord. Before the action, during the action, after the action, remember the Lord. Before the action, think that Lord has prompted this action. During the action, have this disposition that the Lord is continuing the action. And after the action is concluded, whatever comes, take it as prasad of the Lord. And the conclusion also is by His grace alone. By having this disposition, we automatically come to the witnessing self. When the witness, as it becomes aware of itself, when it has got nothing to witness, it is the present.